Helldivers, welcome back to a brand new video. Now today I have some breaking news coming from the Helldivers leaks Reddit. Now it sounds pretty cool. I like the sound of what we've seen so far. Obviously this could be something coming in a future update sometime soon, and it's nice to see Arrowhead are working on all different types of things, not just for content for the game, but things in the background which can make playability a lot better and nicer for players in the game. Now, if you do enjoy today's video, make sure to smash that like button and subscribe if you're new around here, and let's jump straight in with the news. So pretty much it comes from an article where I first saw it, and then we'll give a shout out to Sights, who is always the one posting some awesome leaks all the time in the Helldivers Reddit. And it says Helldivers 2 leak reveals clan system. A leak reveals that Helldivers 2 might be getting its own clan system. If true, they will be called Platoons and allow players to have more permanent alliance with others they encounter during missions. Right now, all you can do is add other players as your friend and join a squad of up to 4 players at a time. So let's hop into this. I'll be leaving all the source in the link in the description. So clans could be coming to Helldivers 2, as an apparent leak reveals references to platoons in the game's code. The wording suggests that they will operate like clans in other online games, letting you join large groups and regularly squad up with players in the same platoon. Right now, the closest we can get to this is joining up with groups of up to 4 players at a time. This, however, isn't on a permanent basis, and at the end of the play session, you go back to your individual ship. Obviously, from alongside that, you don't have to go back to your individual ship. You can stay and play with those players. But as this leak suggests, that might not always be the case, with a future update adding another way to take on missions. Now, the Helldivers 2 data mine may have leaked platoons, and Sights in the Helldivers leaks Reddit said a player platoon's clan system, and it says transferring platoon info from Super Earth. Welcome to the platoon page. Not in a platoon, create a new platoon, join a platoon today. Then it says platoon name, platoon description, edit platoon, select members, review platoon invites, kick from platoon, and administrative platoon, move platoon station, and manage members. So from the looks of things, it's like a way that everyone can join this new platoon thing. You can add members, you can kick players from it, and you can select all the different ones you want, and you can have a description about your own platoon in game. And I think this sounds really, really awesome. This find was shared by Reddit user Sights in the Helldivers leaks, and as you can see, the wording refers to platoons as groups that you can join and leave, and the code labels players based on whether they're in a platoon or not. This would suggest that platoons are more permanent than our usual groups of 4, as team-ups are typically pretty temporary affairs. While this leak isn't enough to confirm this feature is coming to the game, it does make it pretty likely. Leaks have been pretty accurate before, whether they have been for major orders or the mechs. It would also be a great way for developer Arrowhead to hone in on the solidarity, I know I was going to get that wrong, between players that you get with a PvE game. Something that many in the community found refreshing when Helldivers 2 launched back in February this year. One thing we can definitely rule out of Helldivers 2, however, is a story mode. Arrowhead CEO Shams Georgiani recently shared that this is not happening when a fan asked about the possibility of a single-player campaign. This makes sense since Helldivers 2 is a live service. Throwing a campaign like that would be a huge undertaking. Still, it doesn't look like it's even being considered for the long term, as Arrowhead opts to go all in on multiplayer for Helldivers 2. I don't even know why this is becoming news. Like, I've seen it everywhere about this story mode thing in the Discord. And it's like, they're never going to do this. And if they ever do this, it's going to be like 10 years into the future. I don't think that's the way that Arrowhead want to do things. Like, they know how beneficial having a live service game can be. From a money side of place, you know, like being able to keep a game going for so long. When you have a single player game that you release, I love single player games, right? They are my favorite. But yes, as a company growing, you know, once you release your game, you can release release DLCs, but once it's released, that's the main source of income, whereas with Helldivers, they sell the game for whatever, $39.99, and then with it being a live service game, you can purchase super credits, and it's a whole great way for, for the company to carry on making money. So let's completely rule. Let's not even talk about that anymore. And then finally, in today's video is another article coming from, I have to clarify, I did not cook. Former Helldivers 2 CEO, now focusing on the game itself, says its new and fabulous patch came from the team, not his personal kitchen. So Helldivers creative director and former Arrowhead CEO Johan has clarified he did not cook on the third-person shooter's latest enormous patch, with the ideas and execution all down to the rest of the team. The long-awaited patch arrived last week, boasting over 100 changes to the game, including stratagem tweaks, all different changes to the behavior of the fire tornadoes, which is they won't now hunt us down, visible supply lines on the galactic war table, and more. And yeah, so that's pretty cool. And Johan goes on to write, "Thank you, but I have to clarify that I did not cook," he writes on Reddit, responding to a funny post showing a leaked video of Johan working on the patch, which you can look below. "I have merely given a gentle nudge. The ideas and execution is from the teams." And obviously someone made a little funny thing in the Helldivers Discord, and it says, "You can understand why some fans would assume Johan was more involved than he was on the update, given that his recent role change was to allow him to focus more on games and not have to deal with the HR policies, and ultimately become more active with the community and work closer to the team. With that said, he's already taken to Twitter to figure out what players love and hate most with the recent changes, which hopefully could help the future patches. Speaking of which, it's been suggested that one of the patch changes have unintentionally made Helldivers 2 more difficult, which wasn't Arrowhead's intention. However, the studio is aware from the feedback from the players, and community manager Twinbeard stated last week that he'd have to monitor this before being able to clarify. No official statement on the matter has been made at the time of writing, but it seems that we could potentially be seeing more tweaks made to patrol spawning sooner than we expected. So yeah, that's pretty much everything you guys need to know in the world of Helldivers right now. There's been quite a bit of news that's come through. We posted earlier today a video on the CEO Shams with some new information on what's going on with like the game and the future. So if you want to go and check that out, that was my last Helldivers video. But today was more just talking about the brand new leak that's come through, and this would be really nice, right? I mean, I can imagine people creating their own clans. Maybe you could have some form of clan reputation. This is what I mean. I didn't even think about this being an idea, and the thing with Helldivers is it's got endless opportunities of everything that they want to do. What I love being in a community, and especially if I manage to stay in the Helldivers community for a long time, like I have done with the Ark community, I love seeing where the game comes from the early days of launch, seeing it in like 4 to 5 years time. That's if I'm still covering this game. I just never know. I hope I am. It really just depends on how it goes. But it is awesome to see how amazing the game changes and adapts over the years, and I can't wait to be a part of that. So anyway, guys, make sure to drop a like and subscribe, and I will see you in my next video very soon. See you guys then.